Wow, thank you.
I've listened to If I Can Dream an unhealthy amount of times.
Really? Had you listened to that song much before the film?
I'd never heard it before,
Wow.
and I fell in love.
Oh, that's special.
It's the most amazing song. How did it feel stepping foot on set for the first time as Elvis compared to the final day of filming? Because it must have been such an emotional journey.
It was a really emotional journey. I was very nervous my first day. I'd had a year and a half to prepare for that moment, and then comes the moment of truth where you got to walk out there. And we filmed one day of sort of an easy scene, and then the next was doing 68 Special, and which is the amount of responsibility I felt that day was so huge. But once I did it, and I could feel the genuine emotion of the audience, and I mean, I'm remembering right now that the images of looking out of what felt like Elvis's eyes at the stage that was identical to what I had seen so many times on the footage and into the audience, and it transcended what I thought that moment would be, and it was so much fun.
Wow. I'm getting emotional hearing about it.
Yeah, so then by the time that we got to the end, it was so lived in that it was very, very emotional. I was exhausted, but it was the best ride of my life. It was incredible.
I mean, now that you've had time to see the incredible reaction to the film, what's it like looking back on that time?
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to Baz on the phone the other day about it, because as time passes, the remembrance of how terrifying it actually was, and when you don't know what the outcome is going to be, and you don't know if his family is going to watch it and say that it's horrible and they don't want anything to do with it, or if the fans are just going to rip you apart, or I had no idea what the outcome was going to be, and you hope, and I worked harder than I've ever worked on anything, but you don't know what it's going to be. So I feel an incredible relief, to be honest, and just very happy. I feel like I was holding a lot of weight for a long time, and I feel a lot lighter now.
The fans are just amazing. What's been the most memorable fan interaction you've had, or maybe the most emotional response to a screening?
Oh, wow. Well, first, the fan interaction thing, like I had a woman in Budapest tell me that she'd seen it 30 times.
Wow.
Which that was unfathomable to me. So that sort of thing, looking back to making the film and the experience of not knowing if anybody's going to like it, and then to have somebody want to see it that many times, that blew me away. And as far as emotional screenings go, I mean, for me it was Cannes, because that was my first time seeing it, and I was with Priscilla and Baz and Olivia and Tom and everyone who worked so hard on the film, so that was really special.
Your voice is just incredible as well. I mean, which song was the most challenging for you to immerse yourself into?
I mean, some of the hardest to sing were like American Trilogy at the end, Unchained Melody. Those are tough sings. And then as far as the earlier stuff, singing Trouble while moving, it can be challenging. So I had to work a lot at being able to get up on your toes. It creates a lot of tension through your body. So then to be able to stay relaxed enough to sing a high note at that time can be hard. So I worked a lot on that.
Did you end up seeing any of his songs differently as you were filming this?
Oh yeah. Because he chose songs at certain points in his life to sing. So, like around the time of the separation between him and Priscilla. He recorded separate ways, and when you listen to the lyrics of that song, it's really heartbreaking when you imagine their lives together and them splitting up and him having to explain to Lisa Marie what's going on and all of that. Like, it's really, that brings tears to my eyes.
I have to bring up the O word because there's so much Oscar buzz. How does it feel?
I mean, what I keep saying about that is I'm just taking one step at a time. I'm trying to, just keep my head on straight. But it feels good. I worked for such a long time on it, and after all the terror of it, to have anyone say that they feel like it was good feels nice, obviously. But I really am just taking it one step at a time and just trying to focus on the work that I'm doing right now.